Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and welcome to a Company of Heroes 2 Shoutcast. This is a Western Fronts match between Sayonara. It's probably Sayonara. It's a clever way of spelling Sayonara, who is laughing, perhaps about facing off against Fallschirmjäger 60, who is playing as the Oberkommando West, one of the two new factions in the Western Front expansion, and again we are on Clodniferma. I'm sure you are all very familiar with this map. Here's a puddle of water. This chat over here, I guess, is referencing they've been playing like 4 matches against each other in auto match or something. And here's this truck, which, if you don't know, can crush the fuck out of people, which is broken. Relic apparently knew about this in the alpha and yet did not fix it, so that's really unfortunate for anybody who wants to play as allies at this point. Sayonara is a good player, presumably the other guy's a good player too, and here comes the crushing. I don't begrudge the access this. Look, if it's in the game, then you can do it. It is honestly kind of a dick move. Like, surely they're going to patch this. Like, if they don't, they're fucking idiots. Because look at this. Like, whoop, there goes a guy. Now we'll have to get in the house. Is he going to hit the house? Uh-oh. Yep, get out of the house. Oh, get in the house. It's a good thing they teleport. Otherwise they would have been crushed to hell. So that was a free kill, because this truck can just do that. And let's do it again. More of this. More crushing. More crushing. There's a fight going on in the middle. So Focus Grenadiers versus Combat Engineers, not much of a fight there, especially because there's some red cover here, so these guys will win. Literally zero problems. Looks like we have... yeah, just the one Stern Pioneer squad that he starts with to build. Why did I say to build? I don't know. So if you look at the Stern Pioneers, it's 320 manpower to buy Stern Pioneers versus 240 manpower for Focus Grenadiers. So you're going to be spending a lot of money if you want these Stern Pioneers. Almost crushed that guy. Almost crushed that guy. The problem is they're not moving, they're standing still, and it's tougher to crush people when they're standing still. To crush people, there's 2 basic tactics, or 2 basic things you do when you're crushing people. The first thing you want to do is you want to separate the squad. You want the squad to be in 2 or more groups. The person who the squad badge is over is your main thing, and then what you want to target is people who aren't the guy with the squad badge. You want to separate them as far as possible from this guy, because they're going to want to regroup with that guy. So that's one thing you need to be doing when you're trying to crush. The second thing you want to be doing when you're trying to crush is to crush with twisting motions. So you separate, well, that just fucking ran over that guy. But typically they're gonna move away from you if you drive directly at them. And so what you want to do is, number 1, get them not to move away from you, which is what you do by separating them, because then they care more about getting to this guy than they do about moving away from you. And second, you don't drive right at them. You drive into the middle of them, and then you rotate on your axis, and then you crush somebody under you as you rotate. So these Stern Pioneers won the fight against the conscripts or whoever they were fighting. I think we just saw Crush up here. That's because the Stern Pioneers are very good up close. They're good fighters, so that's why they cost 320 manpower. And it's going to be really unfortunate if he loses his squad, because that's his building unit. Not like you really need to build buildings. It's the Oberkommando West. You just get these free trucks. And, oh, there we go. We got a grenade off on them. Interesting that Sayonara decided to go for AT grenades so fast. He's also got Molotovs upgraded, so he's pouring a lot of fuel into his Tier 1 upgrades, or Tier 0, sorry, upgrades, which is an interesting choice. Considering sometimes with the Oberkommando, did he get... no, he didn't get another truck. What am I talking about? Sometimes with the Oberkommando, you don't see them going a lot of vehicles. They can just go infantry focused. They can go the Fallschirmjäger Doctrine. If we switch over to Fallschirmjäger, he has indeed gone the Fallschirmjäger Doctrine. I think he tipped his hat okay, so that's... if you're ever up against a guy named Fallschirmjäger 60 in auto match, maybe he's gonna go Fallschirmjägers, and just, maybe that'll happen. I don't know. Or maybe it's a mind game. It's a double mind game. He's like, he won't think I'm going Fallschirmjägers, because he'll think I'm going Fallschirmjägers, and he'll think I'll think that... You get it. You get it. It's a mind game. It's a mind game. Anyways, he's Fallschirmjäger. So, we're maybe not going to see some vehicles from him for a while, maybe ever. And which means sinking that fuel into the AT grenade for the Soviets is really not going to get him much at all. Him or her much at all. I mean, half track got fucked up, but whatever. Also interesting that this is being set up here. So it's turning into it. That's really interesting. The Mechanized Regiment Headquarters is the one that heals nearby vehicles. Or is it? I think it is. That actually might be the supply half track. But so, importantly, the crucial thing is that it's not the, well, we can't check. It's not the Tier 2, the supply half-track, or, that's not the name of it. The Tier 2, whatever the name of the Tier 2 is, it's not the Tier 2. The Tier 2 can heal people. Where is this fighting going on? Oh, it's up here. The Tier 2 can heal people that are around it, and the Tier 2 can turn into a reinforce point if you pay 300 manpower, which is kind of expensive, but whatever. It's really nice to have a reinforce point right there. What's he going for? A flak half track, so not very weird there. Look at these Stern Pioneers with their STG-44s doing damage even at this range. Also, we got some cool green cover set up. Notice the green cover is set up so that it denies the opponent usage of it if he's standing here. He can't capture the point if there's some Russians coming from up here. If Fallschirmjäger stands behind these sandbags, they will not provide any cover. So that's a good little tip. Always try and set up cover like that. Still, these these Stern Pioneers are fucking badass, just owning up these Vet 1 conscripts until now they're like quadruple flanked, so that's not going to happen. I'd worry about these Volksgrenadiers. I'm not sure what the value is of using these people to fight here. They're going to be pushed off almost immediately. They're at half health here, and there's 3 squads, and he knows there's 3 squads, so I'm really questioning the value of that engagement. He can't really delay the capping because they don't have to move from that circle to engage him. I really would have liked to see that Volksgrenadier squad either go here to take this munitions and pull the opponent sort of further back towards his base, or even better, penetrate further deep into Soviet lines here or here and get them to pull even further back. Because right now, all he did was sacrifice some Volksgrenadiers in a futile fight up here, didn't delay anything, and man, that Jesus! It just wasted 3 people. God damn. It's like in that scene in Saving Private Ryan when those guys climb up on top of the vehicle and they're like about to throw grenades in or something, and then one of the Germans wheels basically one of these guns up. It wasn't on a half track though. They just wheel up the gun and they fucking blow them apart. Jesus, that was gory. Ugh, that movie was gory as hell. Yeah, so this one repairs people. See, these guys are just hanging out doing their squats, doing their crouches. This guy's training for sprint, and this guy's training his glutes. The Germans were fashion nuts. If there's 2 things you need to know about Germans during World War II, or not fashion, fucking fitness nuts. There's 2 things you need to know about Germans in World War II. Number 1, very serious about fitness, aerobics and weightlifting. Number 2, not a fan of the Jews. Definitely not. Friends of them. So, fog of war is up. He didn't know there was people there, except then the point was just captured, and he does know that because he's got sight on the edge of the thing, and boom! Waste the dude. You're dead. How you feel? You look unhappy about the situation. So, where are we at? We're at 8 minutes into the game, and looking not so bad for Mr. Fallschirmjäger, or Mrs. Fallschirmjäger. The VPs are very much in the... Where the Fallschirmjägers come in? Any building you want, just fucking grab some Fallschirmjägers from the building. That's how it works. So I heard, what's it? I think it was Rapidapper or whatever on the Company Heroes 2 forums, or COH2.org forums, complaining about how the FG-42 doesn't have the cool thump 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 noise from the original Company Heroes. And yeah, I can understand being annoyed about that, because the thump 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 was pretty cool, and especially when they come out of ambush and they just go thump 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 thump, you're like, holy shit! And you shit your pants, because that FG-42 was scary as hell. But I kind of like the that we have from the FG-42 now too. It's sort of a, it's not as meaty and it's not as like badass, but I think it's kind of a cool sounding thing. I don't know what a real fucking FG-42 sounds like, so ideally I guess the gun should just sound like that. But maybe nobody knows, because all the FG-42s from World War II were converted into Stormtrooper rifles or something. For props for Star Wars instead of kept in working condition. So we'll see. We do have a ZIS 76mm rolled out, which is going to be almost instant death for any half-tracks it fires on. It'll really only take a couple shots if it gets a good critical hit, I believe. So That's what the Soviets are doing. Also grabbing a Maxim because he sees all this infantry. I don't have much experience playing against the Oberkommando West. I've been playing Germans mostly to try and get used to fighting against the Americans. It turns out once you start getting matched up against people who know what they're doing, it's sort of tough when you're terrible at the game. The American infantry blobs are just super powerful. So if you have any tips for that, let me know. This is ugly though. This thing is suppressing people. It's killing the fuck out of them. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. I mean, good not good for the Soviets. Soviets aren't happy. This is like a good unit. It's got 10 kills and no vet though, so that's not cool. Oh, look what I say. 2 hits is all it's gonna take, and even gets a AT rifle and boom. I'm just kidding. That was an unfortunate critical. It's a sort of 5% thing going on. That was a Molotov, I guess. Yeah. So this is. Oh, the main gun's destroyed. Oh shit! Abandoned. Is he gonna take it? No, he's not gonna take it. Run away. Retreat. Oh, he didn't want to retreat. Good pathing there. He runs down so that when he retreats, he wouldn't go up. And if he had just hit the oh, he kills his own thing, so it doesn't get recruited. You could have spent 2 Fallschirmjägers to do that, dude. That would have been worth it. You wouldn't give up much of a position. Because it's not like these Fallschirmjägers alone are going to do anything. And then you just have to drive it out around here. You only have to go over here because it's going to get repaired. I guess the destroyed engine critical. Yeah, it did have a destroyed engine critical. So yeah, it was too late for that. He had to put it out of its misery. Careful, Fallschirmjägers, you're in the red cover. Yeah, good. That was a good getting out of there, especially with this Maxim here. It's always really tempting to use these guys to inflict as much damage as possible, right? Because they're like fucking Fallschirmjägers. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do this shit. Let's kill some people. But they cost a lot of money to reinforce. There's no way he would have won this fight, and honestly, it was best to just get out of there and cut his losses. Are we going to see a grenade? A Model 24 potato masher? I don't know if the Model 24 was actually the potato masher. Perhaps the potato masher was technically some other kind of grenade. The steel hand grenade was maybe, or maybe not, the Model 24. You can tell my knowledge of World War II history is mostly limited to what happened in Saving Private Ryan. So these guys are fucked. How's the Puma doing? Some pot shots. Yeah, not super impressive. So that's an interesting choice on the Puma. So there's 2 main reasons I can imagine going for a Puma at this point. The first reason... Oh, this is going to be ugly. Yeah, you got to get out of there. Actually, there's still 4 people, so that's exciting. You can just go back to this heal, I think. Like these Fallschirmjägers, so that's good. There are 2 main reasons I can imagine him going for a Puma at this point. The first is because it's got some armor. And the armor is going to make it slightly harder for the ZIS to kill it, slightly harder for the conscripts to AT grenade it to death. Look at this. It's a face-off. They can't see each other because of the hedge. This could get ugly. This could get ugly. Up, he gets up. This hasn't done bullshit, by the way. It can't hit anything. It can get hit, though. That was a nice AT grenade. How's it going up here? Still, can they see each other? No. The hedge. Whoop, we got the MG42, which was called in long ago and is finally getting some work done. I feel like it hasn't been put to super effective use. Maybe it's just been holding up north, which would make sense. That's what I would sort of imagine he would have done with the MG. That's a good thing you can do with your machine guns, just stick them up north. Is this thing getting... I don't know where the repairy people... This is a... Jesus, he's called in some Fallschirmjägers from behind, so they're going to own up that Maxim. Meanwhile, he's just using his infantry blob to fight here. Probably not a bad idea. He's got the numbers. That's all it takes. Volksgrenadiers with Panzerschrecks are still effective fighters because there are 4 of them. These guys are just going to tear the shit out of this AT gun if it keeps moving into the red cover. And it is moving into the red cover, so he's going to focus fire on it. No, he's focused fire on the retreat. Nope, he's not focus firing anything. These guys are going to get owned up, though, by these conscripts if they hang out in the red cover. And oh, they eat a Molotov critical as soon as it goes in. And now he's just going to do, again, the infantry blob focus fire thing. Uses his Fallschirmjägers to decrew the AT gun, and ooh, focus fires down this thing. So there you go. The power of the German infantry when there's just more of it than there is of you. You don't want to underestimate the blobs, especially if you don't have a Maxim. Good to go. I feel like blobbing is slightly more prevalent in the Western Front armies because you have to basically go doctrine to get a nice machine gun like this for the Oberkommando. I mean, you do have the little truck thing, but and up. That's bad. That's a bad retreat path. But he gets out because he's not focus fired. So that was an unfortunate for the Soviets right there. It would have been nice to focus fire. We'll see if the piddly little Maxim can do anything. These guys are hurt and they don't have any cover versus the Maxim, and they're pinned. So yeah, it's gonna maybe chew up some people. And ooh, as they get closer, it's gonna get a good burst in. Is it gonna kill a guy? Nope, he's gonna reload. Yawn. Did he recruit this with Fallschirmjägers? It's hard to tell. Man, that's a funny walking animation. Look at that shit. That's why you train your glutes, guys. You gotta have some fucking glutes to be able to do this. Jesus, that can't be good for your back. What a brutal fight. So who came out ahead on that? Germans. Because they killed 2 squads. They killed a Maxim and they killed a conscript squad. They also forced the Soviets off, and really it was just the Maxim here that saved the Soviets from complete collapse. Otherwise the Germans would have been able to take this cutoff point and then at their leisure take these 3 points too. So that was a good hold from Sayonara right there. But Sayonara is going to really have to get some shit together to take on... Where was the Puma, by the way? I guess it was being repaired the entire time, maybe? By who? Potentially the Sturm Pioneers. That's a thing I should have been paying attention to. Oh, and here's the repair people. See, now they're working on their sprints. This is really good cardio. I do this sometimes. I've taken up swimming for my cardio. But I used to do this. Swimming's pretty great. It makes my hair feel funny though. Like, I don't know, it feels oily or something. It isn't oily, like, but I don't know, maybe the chlorine in the pool is responsible for that. It's not really clear to me what's going on. So, shock troops. What's Sayonara chosen as a doctrine? So this cool thing, you eventually get a KV-8, you can call it an IS-2, some badass dude. I feel like he either chose his doctrine recently. Oh, here we go, incendiary barrage. Here comes the shit! Here comes the shit! Boom! Everyone's retreated, so it doesn't matter, but he might catch these Fallschirmjägers. No. These are the fake flames. They don't actually set things on fire, I guess. And these guys are fucking lucky. They don't even have to stop their cardio. That's exciting. Really exciting. These guys just too close to Fallschirmjägers. It's not happening. I like the intent, but sorry. Good job though getting the cutoff here. Really tremendous. That's a penetrating thing. Up. He can just. The thing is, here's the point at which it sort of gets like really bullshit. I mean, look, it is gonna evaporate as soon as this AT gun opens up, but this truck is fucking free, right? They just fucking come from the sky on the road, the sky road. They just show up. As soon as this blows up, he's just gonna get another one for free, right? That's how it works. So like, yeah, fucking crush some stuff. If you don't need tier 4, the fuck is gonna happen? Just do it. This seems to be the Oberkommando West's happy day for doing damage with automatic weapons from this range to conscripts behind these sandbags. Because again, he's winning the fight. Again, they have the vet advantage. They were vet 1 last time. They're vet 3 now. But again, he's getting fucking his shit pushed in. So that's just exciting. Good day for the Ober... Oh, look, these guys, now they have something to do. All that training. All this training has come down to this moment. Just kidding. Bye now. How did they know to stop repairing it as the AT grenade was coming in? Oh, they're like, shit, we gotta repair our house. Our house is on fire. We don't need to repair, we gotta make the motherfuckers burn. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. We just had the triple, what's it, fuck, come in. I guess it strafed and it's, oh shit! Oh shit, did you see that? The airplane killed them all. There were 5 men in that thing. 5 dead men, Jesus. And the airplane's still coming. Nero, pew 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 pew. Fuck you, Maxim again. I guess that's not super impressive actually, but it just fucking flies around, shooting the shit out of infantry. Is it gonna come again? No, it's not gonna come again. But then it also drops some Fallschirmjägers. That's exciting. Here's a KVA though. It's got to worry about these Shreks and nothing else. It should really be focusing on the Shreks, though. Oh Jesus, just kidding. Focus on the Fallschirmjägers. Fuck. Oh, and look, so, I never finished my thought about the Puma. The first reason to get a Puma is because it's got more armor. The second reason is because he's expecting enemy armor. And look, the fucking enemy armor is getting destroyed by the Puma guns. Which you can expect because the Puma's got the same gun as Panzer IV. I'm not sure in Company Heroes, probably not, but in real life. But Jesus, what a way to go. Nice show from Fallschirmjäger 60. Predicted his opponent coming out with the vehicle. Messed up the timing quite a bit because he got the Pumas way earlier than he needed to, but who gives a shit? He got himself a KV-8, and now it's looking really shitty for the Soviets. Like, I'm talking shit central population. Oh, maybe not. Now we're only in the suburbs of shit town because he just blew up a Puma, so that's fun. Fallschirmjäger on the field. This house, I think literally all the Fallschirmjägers have come from this house and the airplane, which probably launched from this house. That's just like you go inside here and it's just fucking Fallschirmjägers stacked like cordwood. They're all like playing cards and smoking and drinking and putting their penises in each other's butts and stuff. It's just Fallschirmjäger Central down there, and the Soviets have no idea. If you remember earlier in the match, when the Oberkommando West truck came in to crush everybody, some conscripts got in here. That all the Fallschirmjägers, I'm sure, were just like fucking hiding behind the furniture. This is ugly. What's even going on here? I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Did he just try and kill this with a grenade? What is this bullshit? Oh, almost killed that though. It's gonna get repaired. Oh shit, this got killed! Jesus motherfucker. I didn't notice that. That's the end of the Pumas then, I guess. For now. You'll have to settle for Jagdpanzers. A very sorry excuse for a Puma, if you ask me. A Jagdpanzer can't reposition the way a Puma can reposition. Were you always able to see the silhouettes of people in houses? Obviously not, because they keep flashing in and out of sight. That's bizarre. Oh, it means they're cloaked, I think. They're very briefly cloaked in this house, I think. Yes, they're very briefly cloaked. I think. Yes. No. No, I have no fucking idea. I have no fucking idea. I think they cloak and cover... No, I literally have no... Wait. Yes, allows... Fuck, yes. Vet 2. Cloak and cover for the Fallschirmjägers. And I guess that fucking works in a building. That's weird as hell. Did that always... That doesn't work for snipers, does it? You can't cloak a sniper in a building. Wow. Fucking wow. Fucking A. Let's, Okay, well, Sayonara doesn't have sight on the building, but once Sayonara gets sight on the building, we're going to turn on the Fog of War, see if he can see the Fallschirmjägers. But the thing is, as soon as he can see the Fallschirmjägers, they're probably going to start shooting, and then they won't be cloaked. So we gotta... I just wish he could get sight. I want to test this. I want to test this shit. Somehow he got the middle VP, he or she got the middle VP for long enough to take the German points down to 439. But still looking pretty dire for the Soviets. I'd like to see what the Soviets try and do to come back from this one. In terms of teching, the KV-8 was the right choice. It's just Sayonara did not know there were this many Pumas waiting in the... Oh, fuck, a war! Wait, no. Can't see. Didn't know there were this many Pumas. Oh no, the Maxim's stuck on the Maxim! This guy had to give these guys a kiss. It's customary in Russia to kiss people who are doing the same job as you when you pass them. Not like a passionate kiss or something, just like a mwah, mwah sort of thing, like they do in France. Oh look! KV-8 didn't work, so let's just do that, but bigger. And no fire. Yeah, fuck up that church. Take that, God. Your God won't protect you now, folks grenadiers. Actually, he will. That AT gun shell didn't do, but wow, this is fucking up the church. He could ram it. He could take this IS-2 and just ram it into the church, and that'd do some good damage. Because you can do that to buildings. Fog of War, come on, come on. Can we see? Can we? Nope, can't fucking see. And now we have an AT gun. That's gotta be a stolen AT gun, right? He's stolen 2 AT guns. Wow, German is very assiduous this game. He's got 2 ZIS AT guns stolen, and that's actually a huge deal for the Soviets because he can't use his IS-2 the way he would otherwise be able to use the IS-2. So that's pretty unfortunate. The lesson here is if Germans have infantry superiority. The thing is, the Soviet doesn't really have any infantry-based AT that he could have used in place of these ZIS-2s. ZIS-3s, fuck. That he could have used in place of these AT guns, because he went the doctrine with the shock troops rather than the Guards Rifle. The Guards Rifle would have been perfect versus the Pumas, and really versus a lot of the light vehicles. Certainly against that light half-track, the AA half-track that was down here and that got fratricided. Guards Rifle would probably fuck that thing up. Damn it, the people are firing, so we can't... I can't tell if he can't know they're there or not. He's just going for it. He's just going for it. It's really weird that he used the incendiary barrage. I guess the idea was to push off the ZISs, but, like, honestly, you didn't push... Oh, wow, he killed the Fallschirmjäger squad, though. Not worth it, but he killed it. Maybe worth it if he can get out. He got out. It's totally worth it. No, it's gonna take forever to repair. But that was a good kill. Actually, what's the infantry looking like? No, still got a lot. Shit. Oh, yeah, so I think the Guards Rifle would be really good against any non-tank stuff that Oberkommando West would come out with. Versus tanks, they're gonna do about as well as they do versus Oster tanks. But, that's all you can really expect, and so it's not like they're bad. Guards Rifle are pretty badass between Button and their guns. I've seen them fucking take out an elephant. I shoutcasted one of those matches. You go through my YouTube videos, you'll find a fucking match where Guards Rifle, I think, killed 2 elephants, basically, just by chipping away at them over a series of many, many minutes. And here comes stuff into the church. It doesn't matter. He's using the ZIS bombard thing that he's stolen from his enemy, but it doesn't matter because they've gotten out of the church. So I guess they're both denying the church to each other. ZIS is firing at each other. The Germans are setting up an ambush. Not setting up an ambush, setting up an assault. The Maxim has killed the only guy who is in its ambit, so now it's not going to be able to... Who is that guy, by the way? Nobody's missing... maybe it was a ZIS crewman. Whoop! Now the Maxim's firing again. He changed the arc. Okay, I was like, how did he do that? But even they're going to be able to crawl out. So here comes the assault. This is going to be big. This is going to be big. The Soviets taking the lull in the fighting to capture points, but this might be a mistake, except the German is really showing some... He's not sure where to attack. He or she is really not sure how to make this assault happen. I'm curious what's going on here. What's the wait? What's the holdup? What are we waiting for? Germans got a lot of resources, 400 manpower and 230 fuel. What is Fallschirmjäger waiting for this assault? He's building a Jagdpanzer now, but it's going to take like an hour, so he's... Okay. There is no assault. It's just, this is where it's going to... This is the battle line now. Fallschirmjäger's going to hold this stretch of red cover as if it matters. There's nothing really crucial here. You get the VP, I guess. But Soviets have the middle and the north, and they're capping everything. So I'm really not sure I agree with this lull. Like, you had your fucking chance. Right here, the IS-2 had this much health, okay? The IS-2 had no health. That was your chance to move in on the middle. You had this epic flank being set up. You were going all the way around, and you did not... Oh, finally these guys aren't... Whoop, I was just going to say finally they aren't winning, but now they are. Fucking Vet 3 doesn't do anything against Vet 0 Fallschirmjägers, even behind green cover. At that range. Not like I'm complaining. I mean, that's fine, but... so Jagdpanzer has arrived. So here's the assault. I gotta say, look, you've got... Grenade? What the fuck did they just... Did they just... They used a smoke grenade? I don't know what the fuck happened there. They used a smoke grenade to reposition back. I don't know. So you had your chance. You have 2 people with Panzerschrecks. That's enough, literally, to kill this thing. You also have a bunch of fucking ZISs somewhere. That could have been the chance to kill the IS-2, even if it wouldn't kill the IS-2 because your opponent's too smart to throw it to their death, which honestly is probably the case. That doesn't matter. The important thing is that you've got enough to fight off the IS-2 if it shows up. So this is your chance to come in with all your infantry and do an epic flank, especially when you know your opponent is busy capping in the north, sort of out of position, can't defend the middle with anything other than the Maxim and the ZIS. So that would have been a real chance, I feel like, for the Oberkommando West. But instead, Fallschirmjäger decided to wait until the Jagdpanzer is on the field, and now we have the epic flank starting. The Soviet easily repositions the Maxim, and so all this infantry is sort of in a bit of trouble, but the Blob is still able to do good damage. And, oh, here, this is unfortunate. Now you're caught behind between a rock and a hard place, except a hard place is a hedge, and holy fuck shit! It's dead! Between the IS-2 and the ZIS, everything, the Puma's dead and the Jagdpanzer's dead. This is the end. My only friend at the end of all good things, the end of every living thing, the end of things that live and die, the end. So that was disastrous. That was just disastrous for the Oberkommando. Going up against a full health IS-2, a perfectly positioned Maxim and perfectly positioned ZIS is not at all like going up against a no-health IS-2, a Maxim that's facing into the center, and a ZIS which who the fuck cares because you don't have anything except a Puma which it can fight at, and then you can just... So these people are having a conversation. I feel like I've heard more conversations in Western Front than I do normally in Company Heroes 2, but that's probably just me hallucinating things, so... You know, I'm off my meds, that's what happens. I say my meds, I'm not actually taking any meds, so I'm continually off meds. I've always been off meds. I've never been on meds. I don't even know what meds are. Do meds stand for Medellin, the crime family? Look at that fucking barrage! This gun isn't fucking around, it literally killed everybody! Ha! Fuck you, Maxim. I think that was a squad. I don't know. Whatever it was, it's just, that was literally the best barrage I've ever seen from ZIS-2, and it's unfortunate that it now has to die. Good night, sweet prince. Maybe not. Vet 2, Vet 1. Well, this Vet isn't helping it stay alive. It's just badass like that. 1 burst of flame. I'm surprised he didn't keep chasing. Red cover, good versus flames, so it's good to be in red cover, except the rifles also do damage, so that's actually bad. Oh, you're fucked! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Okay, there you go. Look at these guys! Vet 3 reduces the risk of repairing while under fire. That's actually a singularly useless Vet 3, I guess. Unless it actually really works. If it actually reduces the risk enough that you can repair while under fire and not get your shit pushed in, that's actually a really helpful Vet 3. I never knew the combat engineers had that. Probably because I'm an ignorant fool. Alright. Time check, 31:13. VP check, 300 to 160. Stuff check, there's another Jagdpanzer. It's beginning to feel more and more like the Germans missed their window. Doing some good damage versus the Soviet troops, but there are a lot of Soviet troops. I don't know. Germans can go up to Vet 5, and the Fallschirmjägers are pretty tremendous, so we could see German infantry superiority win the day. But, you know, once the IS-2s are on the field, things start looking pretty good for the end. I said IS-2s, I meant IS-2, but now there's 2 IS-2s, and yeah, I'm gonna think these heavy tanks are really gonna carry the day for the Soviets, unless we see some good... Where is it? Some good Jagdpanzer usage. I always like how the Jagdpanzers look. They're very utilitarian sort of looking tanks. It's like, let's just put a fucking box on treads and put a fucking gun on the front of the box. Does that sound good? Let's call it a day. Hitler's gonna give me like 6 medals for this shit. I'll put an eagle on the front and like Jews under it or something. They'll be thrilled. So, unless this ZIS and this Jagdpanzer pull some miracles out of their hat, it's not happening. And look at it just melting. Melting under the AT gun. It's dead. That inferno of fire coming out the top, which Relic is like so happy with. That's like their favorite effect in the new. Jesus, 2 kills. Whoa, Jesus, oh my God, it's all the horror. Full-on Joseph Conrad mode here, folks. It's all over. I'm thinking, oh God, I can't watch. I can so watch. Check this shit out. Ah, fuck you, Nazis. Good game, well played. Yep, that was an exciting match. And here comes the boom boom. Except not. Yeah, the replay doesn't record the cool artillery that falls once you win anymore. It does fucking keep me from moving the camera, though. Thanks, Relic! Thanks, Relic. One of the only things I enjoyed about Company Heroes 2 was moving the camera after a replay was over, and you fucked that shit up. Fuck you, and fuck everybody you know. I'm just kidding. I'm just being... can I click on people? Yeah, I can click on people. So these guys have 17 kills, and that's enough for Vet 5, I guess. So, that was a really exciting match. I hope you enjoyed it. Germans may have given up a little too... No, they didn't give up too early. He was fucked. Really good, though. Any lessons to learn? Pumas, cool, versus tanks, and seize the opportunity when you hurt an IS-2, because it might not come again, and soon your opponent will have 2 IS-2s. Bye now.